Hello everyone, welcome to this series on literary theories. And in this video, we are going to discuss the methodology of feminist criticism. Introduction. Feminist literary criticism is a powerful analytic tool that examines literature through the lens of gender, focusing on the representation of women, the role of language, and the dynamics of power within texts. This approach challenges traditional interpretations and seeks to bring to light the often overlooked or marginalized experiences of women. Rethinking the canon, rediscovering women's texts. One of the primary goals of feminist critics is to rethink the literary canon, which has historically been dominated by male authors. This involves the rediscovery and promotion of texts written by women, many of which have been neglected or forgotten over time. By bringing these works back into the conversation, feminist critics aim to highlight the contributions of women writers and challenge the male-centric nature of the traditional canon. Revaluing women's experience. Feminist critics place a high value on women's experiences, both in life and literature. They seek to understand and elevate the unique perspectives and voices of women, which have often been marginalized or devalued in patriarchal societies. By focusing on the lived experiences of women, feminist critics strive to give voice to those who have been historically silenced. Examining representations of women in literature. A key focus of feminist criticism is the examination of how women are portrayed in literature, both by male and female authors. This includes analyzing stereotypes, gender roles, and the ways in which female characters are constructed. Feminist critics seek to understand how these representations reflect, reinforce, or challenge societal norms and expectations regarding gender. Challenging representations of women as other. Feminist critics challenge the representation of women as the other, a concept rooted in the idea that women are defined in relation to men, often as inferior or lacking. This involves questioning the portrayal of women as merely part of nature or as inherently different from men. By confronting these depictions, feminist critics aim to dismantle the notion of women as secondary or subordinate to men. Examining power relations in texts and life. Feminist criticism is deeply concerned with the power dynamics present in both literature and society. Critics analyze how power relations between genders are portrayed in texts, with a view to breaking down these structures. Reading is seen as a political act, where the extent of patriarchy and its influence on literature and life is exposed and challenged. Recognizing the role of language in constructing reality. Language plays a crucial role in feminist criticism. Feminist critics explore how language constructs social realities and makes these constructions seem natural and transparent. They argue that what is often presented as natural is in fact socially constructed and serves to maintain existing power structures, particularly those related to gender. Questioning biological essentialism. A significant debate within feminist criticism revolves around whether men and women are essentially different due to biology or whether these differences are socially constructed. Feminist critics interrogate the idea of biological determinism and explore the ways in which gender identities are shaped by cultural, social, and linguistic forces rather than by inherent biological traits. Exploring the concept of a female language. Feminist critics also explored the possibility of a distinct female language known as écriture féminine. This concept suggests that women might have a unique way of writing or speaking that reflects their experiences and perspectives. Feminist critics question whether this language is exclusive to women or if it can also be accessible to men, challenging traditional notions of language and gender. Rereading psychoanalysis for gender insights. Feminist critics reread psychoanalytic theories to gain deeper insights into female and male identities. By reinterpreting psychoanalysis, which has traditionally been male-centric, feminist critics aim to uncover the ways in which gendered identities are formed and how these identities impact both individuals and society as a whole. Questioning the death of the author. The popular literary notion of the death of the author suggests that the author's intentions and experiences are irrelevant to the interpretation of a text. Feminist critics question this idea, particularly when considering authors from marginalized groups, such as black or lesbian writers. They argue that the lived experiences of these authors are central to understanding their work and that their perspectives should not be dismissed. Exposing the ideological basis of neutral interpretations. Finally, feminist critics aim to expose the ideological foundations of interpretations that are often presented as neutral or mainstream. They argue that these interpretations are not free from bias, but are instead deeply influenced by the dominant ideologies of the time, particularly patriarchy. By revealing these biases, feminist critics seek to challenge and revise traditional literary analysis. Conclusion: feminist literary criticism is a dynamic and evolving field that seeks to challenge traditional interpretations of literature and to highlight the experiences and contributions of women. Through a variety of methodologies, feminist critics aim to uncover the ways in which literature reflects, reinforces, or challenges societal norms regarding gender. In doing so, they not only enrich our understanding of literature but also contribute to broader discussions about gender, power, and identity. So this was the discussion about the methodology of feminist criticism. We will meet in the next video and discuss some other topic. Until then, goodbye and thank you.